Hi everyone. In this video, I would like to show how to troubleshoot issues using Citrix Director. Let's say for an example, someone is working as a L1 technician or help desk technician, and if some user calls up the help desk or the L1 technician and tells the help desk that the person is not able to launch the virtual machine, launch the virtual desktop. In that scenario, what the help desk person can do is, first thing is, the person can log into the director. I'll show that in a minute. So this is the Citrix Director. Okay, so we can just log in first. I'll just show that. So just give the credentials, password, and the domain. Okay, so as a L1 technician or help desk technician, the person can first log into the director. So basically this tool is used by everyone, not only L1 guys. It's been used by every technician, L2 and L3 as well, for troubleshooting purposes. So once the person logs in to the director console, you can actually ask the user what is the name of the user, or what is the, if the user has the machine information, you can actually search using the machine information. Okay, let's say for example a user called up and said that he is not able to launch the VDI or virtual desktop or Zen desktop for whatever reason. You can ask, okay, what is the name of the machine? Do you have some do you have the information of this? So if the user says something like, okay, my virtual desktop name is VDI 03, okay, VDI 03, something like that. You can find it. See, it shows VDI 03. There is a user called Naresh who is using this, and the site is Mumbai. Okay, now you click on it. Okay, let's see what is happening with this machine. So you can just scroll to the left. You can just scroll to the left, and it should show some details like, okay, the VDI machine is in on. It means it is in power on state. It is powered on, and it is up, and you can find the other details now. Okay, so you can find the other details here. Let me maximize it. Okay, so it is trying to pull up the other details as well, like it is trying to come up slowly. And if you see the CPU utilization here, it is going up to 40. Let me refresh it. I don't know why it is not responding. So you can also find the status of the delivery controller. It's not about just troubleshooting the VDI machine. You can actually find out what is happening on the delivery controller. This Citrix delivery controller is like the heart of the Citrix infrastructure. You can actually check the status, like it's online. Okay, the services are good. There are no alerts, and the site database is up, and the license server is also up, and the configuration logging database is connected, and the monitoring database is also connected. So everything is good from the backend side. Now you can you know find out actually what is happening on the VDI machine. Okay, the machine is on. Let us refresh once again. Okay, it is trying to pull some details. Okay, let me log off and log back in a minute. Okay. So this is the URL of the director console, and I'm trying to connect once again. All right, let me connect once again and see how it goes. All right, let's go to search once again. Let's let's look for machine, and the machine name is VDI. Yeah, VDI 03. Let's select it, and let's try to gather some details. I hope we will find some details this time. Okay, it is trying to gather the details. It should be up in a few seconds. It says data source unresponsive or reported an error. View director server events, event logs for further information. This is interesting. Let me check the status. Okay, let me go to event viewer first. Okay, so this was the this seems like an issue. So that's why Citrix Director console was not responding properly. It says the description for event ID 5 from source Citrix Director service cannot be found. Either the component that raises this event is not installed on your local computer or the installation is corrupted. You can install or repair the component on the local computer. If the event originated on another computer, the display information had to be saved with the event. Failed to connect to the data source. Verify the data source is available. Console operation, retrieving average logon duration details. The message resource is present, but the message is not found in the string. Okay, let's check the services once. Let's refresh. The SQL server seems to be down, but let's try to start it. And let's look at the monitor service. Let's restart this. It should start in a minute. Okay, seems like it is started. Okay, let's try to connect from here and see how it goes. Okay, we have something here. Let me connect here and see. All right, I entered my credentials. Let me click login. Okay, this seems better now. This looks good. So what we can do is okay, now let's go to search once again and look for the machine VDI 03. VDI 0. Yeah, so this is the machine. So the user called up the help desk and said he's not able to launch this machine. So if you have access to Director, you can actually find out what is happening. So yes, like we discussed before, the machine is on and the backend is good because the hypervisor status is fine, delivery controller is on and the status is good, services are up and it is connecting fine with the database, and the license server is also up and the configuration logging database is good. So this is some high level troubleshooting. If if this is good, it means that the infrastructure is good. So basically this is an issue with a single machine. Okay, so you can find a lot of information now. It says, okay, VDI03 is the machine. So this is the display name, this is the delivery group, and this is in machine catalog finance team server OS machine. The site name is Mumbai, logon enabled, and the registration status is registered, which is quite good. The machine is registered, but still user is not able to launch the application. So the OS type is Windows 2012, and this is a random desktop, not static, and the machine IP is 192.160. So everything looks good on the back end, okay? But for some reason, user is not able to launch the application, launch the virtual desktop. Okay, let's try to launch and see how it goes. Okay, so I am the user. Okay, I am the user and I'm uh, logging into the storefront server to launch the application. So you can take the remote session of the user, you can take a screen sharing session and see what is actually happening on the user screen. Okay, so user is typing the credentials now. You can see it from your end. Okay, it's taking a few seconds to load. All right, so this is the machine. Let's try to launch and see how it goes. Okay, so the user is trying to launch and the help desk person is looking at this to investigate the problem. Okay, it says cannot start desktop Windows Server OS. Okay, so this is the issue. So the technician has taken the remote session and he notices that the customer is not able to launch the virtual desktop. Okay, now you can do two things. You can go back to the director and see what is actually happening. You can find some more interesting things that you can see and troubleshoot and fix it. Okay, let's go back to controller. Okay, let's see what is going to happen. So I have tried to launch again. Okay, it says cannot start desktop Windows Server OS. Okay, let's click OK. So user is right. Okay, let's go back to the director console. Okay, so everything is good. It's in registered state, which is great, and the machine is on, and the backend services are great. But something is wrong with the machine because user is not able to launch the VDI. He gets cannot start app. Okay, let's click on power control. What options it is giving? Okay, machine is on. It asks for the restart, force restart, shutdown, force shutdown, suspend. Okay, so you can, if you want to restart the machine, yes, you can give it a shot. But before you restart, you make sure that everything looks good. Okay. Now I would also like to check this one, maintenance mode. Okay, I'll click on it. Okay, you see now it says something like maintenance mode is on. Click to turn off. Do you see that? It says maintenance mode is on. Click to turn off. So this means that someone has kept this machine in maintenance mode, and for that reason user is not able to launch the virtual desktop. So that's the problem. Okay, so if the machine is in maintenance, no one can launch it. See, the machine is in maintenance. Even though you try to launch it, it should throw an error message. See, it says a Citrix receiver will timeout. Okay, let's refresh. It says cannot start desktop Windows Server OS. Okay, let's quickly go back to Studio Console now. Where is Studio Console? Okay, this is Studio. Okay, let's refresh. If you see now here, it says the maintenance mode is on. So if you have access to Studio Console, what you can do is you can just come to this particular machine, which is VDI.VDI03.Naresh. This is the machine which we were trying to troubleshoot. You have to just right click on it. Okay, so right now the machine has, you know, gone to we have turned down the maintenance mode. Basically right now it is off. So as a help desk person, if you have access, you can do it from the Citrix Director itself. Okay, so on your controller, so see right now, if you see, it says the maintenance mode is off. Click to turn on. So we have successfully disabled the maintenance from the director itself. Okay, if you have access to it, you can just disable it from here itself. But if you don't have access, you can if you have access to Studio Console, you can just go to Studio, and from here you can disable it or enable it. Okay, right now it's already disabled, that's why it says maintenance mode off. So you can, you know, disable it from director, or you can also disable it or turn off the maintenance mode from the director itself. So these are some things that you need to check. So once we turn off the maintenance, the machine should launch automatically. Let me refresh. Okay, the maintenance mode is off. You have cross-checked it. Now let's try to launch the VDI and see how it goes this time. Okay, it is taking some time. Let's see, it is going to launch or it is going to throw some error again. This is interesting. It is taking a while. Okay, it says cannot start desktop Windows Server OS. This is interesting. The maintenance mode is off, but still we can't launch the machine. Wow. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's try to log off from the machine. It's always good to log off whenever you make any changes on the director or on the backend. It's always good to tell the user to log off and log in to connect. Okay, so let the user type the credentials again. Okay, user is trying to log in again. Okay, looks good. Now let's try to launch and see how it goes. All right, this seems like an interesting issue. Okay, it's doing something now. It says open Citrix Receiver Launcher. HTTP storefront wants to open this app. Okay, let's click open Citrix Receiver Launcher. Okay, it's trying to launch the VDI machine. The user is trying to launch VDI machine. It says connecting. It's still trying to connect. Okay, I think it is doing something. Maybe we are logging into the VDI machine successfully. Let us wait for a few seconds. All right, it seems like we logged in successfully. Yes, we are in the VDI machine. The user logged in successfully this time after disabling the maintenance mode and also after telling the user to log off from Citrix and log in again. Okay, so the Citrix session is active now. User successfully connected to the VDI machine. So now what you can do is you can check these details on the director. Like if you want to find out some interesting details, what you can do is you can just go to director. Since the machine is launched right now, you can just you know can just try to refresh. Okay, let's refresh the director data. Okay, it's refreshed. The machine is refreshed now. It's trying to load some fresh information. Okay, let's see what it is going to say this time. All right, if you see now, the machine is powered on and you see everything, all details looking good this time. So if you want to see the CPU utilization, memory utilization, you can also find the details from here. If you want to see whether the CPU utilization high or the memory utilization high, you can find all the details. So these are some interesting things actually that you can check while troubleshooting. Okay. So I hope you find this information helpful. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment. Thank you very much.